Hello all you Leos out there, welcome to your Astroflower reading for Pluto going into Aquarius from Capricorn. I've done a collective reading on that, so I've got a lot more detail onto Pluto, so I'm not going to go into it here, but just to suffice to say that Capricorn is sort of breaking things down, bringing things down to the basic bone, as it were, seeing how things work, and if it doesn't work properly, going back and doing it again. And Pluto has that effect really on every sign it goes into. So as it's going into Aquarius, it's all about the community, family, friends, sort of humanity in a way, and also to the creative side as well. Being very creative, and this could also be in as much as in business as in sort of personal life, and through our spirit and through our emotions and art and so forth. But it is being very creative in life, finding solutions to things. And it is about starting again spiritually in a way. Because Aquarius I liken to John the Baptist, the water bearer. And it is a bit like that. It's a bit like sort of letting go of a lot of things and allowing new things to take its place that are much more in line with who we are. So, yeah, that's basically the rundown of it. As a Capricorn, I'm happy to see Pluto go. It's definitely felt a definite change in the situation. It will be back in September, October, November. Into Capricorn for a very short period, and then it's out again definitively and won't be back for another 250 years. So yes, let's just see what's going on for you. Welcome to the Astroflower. Overall energies here. This is your karmic message on your spiritual, your emotional side of life. This is the karmic message on your physical and material side of life, to do with jobs, business, and etc. And it's a change of the if it's like playing tennis, right? Sometimes, so if you play on grass, it's completely different if you play on clay. And this is what's happening here. We're going from a clay court to a grass court. That's basically, if anybody knows about tennis, grass courts are a lot quicker than clay. So it is going to be a lot quicker, and there's going to be some mad things that are coming up. So anyway, yeah, this is the influence from the universe. This is what Capricorn has brought to your sign. This is what Aquarius is hoping to bring out of your sign, and this is the overall outcome. Okay, I hope you have a lovely reading. Let's just go straight into it. Seven of Wands. That seems to be a repeating theme here. It came in on the collective, came in from Aquarius here in this section here. And it's sort of saying, stick to your path, stick to true to who you are. If it feels right for you, then it's right for you. That sort of scenario. And I would be very attentive to oneself, but not in an egotistical or nasty way. Just to sort of, everything works on the basis that as long as you're okay, everybody else can be okay. That's the way it works. It doesn't work on the basis of as long as everybody else is okay, I'm okay. It's a nice idea, and yes, we strive to that to a certain degree. But in order to strive for that, we have to be well ourselves. And this is this is what it's all about. That's the crux of it. On your karmic path, on your spiritual path, you've got justice. Going on that noble crusade is what I feel like, and it's pointing out things when it's just we're having this common sense evolution and revolution going on, and I think your role here in throughout Aquarius, throughout this sort of like spiritual side of bringing the family to the fore, or the community, or friends, the groups, the humanity. There's got to be some sort of common moral conduct between us all. And I think this is where your karmic path is to seek out that justice, seek out that moral common sense, as it were, and say it when it needs to be said. I think, obviously not ever in a nasty way, You know, because some people are just not going to, sometimes people just don't like to hear the truth. And, you know, I would walk away from those people. Don't try and wake them up. You know, just apply justice in the world according to how you see it from your side. You get the Emperor's card. This is a beautiful card to have in the from the universe, saying if you approach it like this, anything is possible. But you do have to take your emotions out of the situation. You should have control over your emotions. Now, control over your emotions means that you don't show love, or you don't show anger, or you don't show any emotions. That's not what having control over your emotions is all about. That'd be ridiculous. That would be almost like a dead person. What control over your emotions is when you're happy, being happy. When you're angry, being angry. But being honest about your anger as well. You know, don't just be angry because you're, say, like losing a discussion. You know, that side, yeah, you have to have, you know, and you have this capacity. We all have this capacity to have this humbling side to us. And if you can't get that, if you haven't got that humbling side, that Empress card will not be activated. That's what the control over your emotions are. Allow your emotions to truly express itself in whichever state it's, you know, needs to happen. And I think you'll find that's where you'll find that moral justice within everything. What has Capricorn brought you? I think Capricorn's brought you that the Pluto through Capricorn. I think that's brought you a sense of justice, a sense of winning honourably, a sense of crowning, a sense of real sort of aspect about it all. Noble in a way is the word as well, which comes to light. And there is a nobleness in victory as well. And I think this is what Capricorn's brought you. I think they brought you a lot of confidence to be who you should be within the people that who are around you, rather than trying to be what other people would like you to be, sort of thing. And I think that's what Capricorn has brought you over the last 16 years. Because it was in Capricorn for 16 years, and now Pluto's going over to Aquarius, and it's going to be there for 20 years. So I think Capricorn's brought you that. The moon. This is what Aquarius is going to bring to the fore. This is why I think that whole, you know, Seven of Wands on the overall energy of being true to your path. I think this is where you're going to really need it. It's going to bring emotions to the surface. Some of them are going to be nice, lovely. Some of them are going to be difficult. You know, you can't have it just one way. It just doesn't work like that, life. It's like when I'm doing my healing and I'm looking at people's karmic blocks, and not blockages. It looks like a block on the old school, because we've got new karma now for younger generations, which is much more like a plasma sort of thing. But on the karmic block on the old school, people of my sort of generation, as it were, and up, you've got sort of like layers up a block, like a Jenga in a way, and it's made up of these sort of understandings. And you need to understand from every sort of angle. So basically, if you want to understand persecution, you've got to have lived a life where you were persecuted, and you've got to live a life where you persecuted people. You know, you were the persecutor, as it were. And you can't have it, you know, so that's a very extreme case, but you know, when we learn things, we don't learn it just from one angle. Obviously, once we've learned the whole thing, we can see what the truth of the matter is. And I think this is what's coming to the surface. And I think it's going to bring things up from maybe even past lives, or sort of like, and I don't mean past life as an individual thing, it's like past life as a collective. It's to test whether we've actually understood. It's a bit like conflict. I think we've understood now collectively that conflict's just doesn't work. It's just not a good idea, really. It served its time, like everything, and it may have been good at some point in history to provoke other understandings. But I think we've come to the end of that, and that's what I mean about where it's going to bring things up to the surface. It's almost to test us in a way. Although even you can never get it wrong, because if you're just going at it with the idea that I want to learn, even when you get it wrong, you learn. That's the thing. When you get it wrong, you tend to learn. When you get it right, because you've learnt. So that card definitely wants to come out. The for the overall outcome is that, and I think this is the unification of your confidence and exploring the unknown, connected with the collective that is around you. But it's going to bring to you unification, and this is not only a unification with the others that are around you, but also unification within you more than anything else. And it's a sort of, as I said, it's the marrying of two sides. It's the completion of a contract between you and your higher self, or you and other people. And that's what it feels like for me. It's a beautiful sensation of oneness. Let's see what's going on your financial side. You get the Six of Swords. You're getting help. You're getting a lot of help. Or this is on your karmic mission. So are you giving the help? I think it's like you get a job in a company that's just started, and you can see that this company is trying to make headway and make good, and it's a good moral company, and you feel good in the place. Therefore, you're helping. You're one of those guides that help to get that business really working. Because when it works, then it works for everybody as well. And when I say, when you're okay, everybody else can be okay. And it's not a case when everybody else is okay, you're okay. That can work in micro situations. Yeah. And yes, you can extrapolate it to the greater section. So you wouldn't throw rubbish just out in nature. We should certainly look at why do we produce so much rubbish. I would agree with that in the first place. But there could be a case here to sort of, here within the company or the job or your business, you're giving it that smooth passage across. You seem to be the pillar that's helping people cross that bridge, cross that river. That's what it seems like, and that's because that's on your karmic path. So I think you're the one almost here helping people across. That's how I sort of get it more than anything else. It could be the fact that you're on your karmic path, you're here to be helped, but you're certainly going towards this because it will reflect on both sides. You're certainly getting towards this unification. So it could well be the fact that you're taking yourself to calmer shorts. We'll look at that with the light seers card when we clarified. So I just got distracted there. The universe. What's the universe bringing you? 10 of Wands. Yeah, the 10 of Wands is carrying too much. That's what it sort of says. It's like, okay, so I was, I've been doing healing for a very, very long time, and I was learning a lot about energy as well, because I see sort of magnetic fields around things quite, all the time, is it pretty much. And I wanted to learn about that before I really started doing healing. I was doing healing before. I started when I was roughly about sort of 16, 17 in the fruit and veg market. And then I sort of started seeing energy, and I wanted to learn about energy and understand it before I started working again. Well, that's what I was sort of, guided to do. And so I was working in fruit and veg, and I was learning a lot about business as well, because business interested me ever since I was a kid. Sort of like 7 years old, I was very interested through business. And so I was learning a lot of different things, and I accumulated a lot of different things at the same time, till I started doing the healing at the same time as I was doing my organic business. And I was carrying a lot of different things. And it wasn't bad, it wasn't nasty, and I didn't feel like oppressed for it and everything like that. But at the same time, it comes to a point where I had to do one thing or the other, and yes, and that's where why I am and who I am today, after 20 or 30 years of doing this healing. That's pretty much what I do as my daytime job, as it were. And I think here is sort of like the universe is helping you here to work out which of these marvelous journeys that you've been on of understanding that you've accumulated on you, could you really follow through that one staff. That's why you're carrying that staff there, I think. And I think this is where you've got to choose it, and it's according to that path you've got to go down in regards to your business and stuff like that. And the universe is trying to help you realize what is the best thing for you, but you can't do everything. This is what I'm talking about. This is where Capricorn is influencing you. This is where we're talking about sort of like Capricorn made you confident, giving you a lot of confidence to do, to win, to accomplish, to achievements and that sort of thing. And that's what it's brought to you in this. And I think you've got a lot of different achievements, really. And this could be as much as sort of like renovating your house, whilst also working at the same time. I've done that. It's very difficult to do. It's, but you do it, and you put in a lot of hours to do it. But you do get victory. You do get recompense for it. And I think this is what Capricorn has brought you to understand, that it's good to get paid for what you do. And what is Aquarius bringing you? 8 of Cups, going off on this journey of curiosity, of discovering. And I think that ties into the universe there, about that 10 of Wands, that not all of those wands should be carried with you. That's why you got the 9 of Wands, where you have 8 wands in the ground, which you're leaving behind. It's that 9 of Wands moment is a sort of a revelation to that. When you kind of go, okay, well, I've got all these wands now. I've worked out the healthy boundaries. Now it's a case with the 10 of Wands. Just stick it all into the ground, the 8 into the ground, and take that one wand off and go wandering off. Take those 2 wands, which brings you back to there. And here, I think, here is your curiosity side. It's your way of sort of saying, I've experienced a lot of good things. None of those cups are on the ground. None of those cups are on the ground. You've reunited all your cups, and it's now I want to go on and experience something else. And I think that's what ties into that, following your path. What's the overall outcome? Ace of Pentacles. This works really well for you. And for I think you've got very good prospects in regards to your material world. I think you can almost create any opportunity you wish to create if you so desire it, according to what you've done. It's not a case of just sort of turning up and sort of saying, okay, I want to be an astronaut without any training or anything like that. It's, it's according to that 10 of Wands sort of scenario. Absolutely really nice. I'm just going to do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers cards and see how that goes. Thank you very much for being with us, by the way, Leo. Really do appreciate it. And I appreciate all the support you give to this channel in whichever way you see fit. It's absolutely lovely. Yes. Once these cards start playing, let's just do a bit of clarification here. With the 7 of Wands, you get the 8 of Cups. Yeah, I was just saying it earlier on. It is going after that sunshine. She's walking towards that sunshine on this card here. She's walking away from that one cup there, which is a completion of all those those 8 cups together. A way of life, going into something completely new, and it could well mean sort of travel, or there was a bit of travel going on, but it's all about the pathway more than anything for you, I think, and pushing it to the limits of what you can do in your pathway. With the Justice card, you get the 6 of Wands. Again, that's twice you've got the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands also came out in the collective reading, and if you want to see that, it will be the end of the, be around my head at some point, at the end of this reading. You also get the 10 of Swords. I'm just looking at this. You get the 10 of Swords as well in the same position here. 10 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune and the 4 of Wands as well. 10 of Swords. Did I say 10 of Swords? I mean 10 of Wands. Sorry, I do apologise. Anyway, back to this. Justice. This is what's going to bring you that victory. I think if you speaking out, being true to who you are, you've got this victory within you because you're being straight and you're being just. And that's all to do with that logical evolution that we're going through into fully with Aquarius. And it's going to make things a lot more simpler, that can be understood a lot clearer by everybody, with the basic mechanics of what Capricorn brought to the situation. With the Empress card, you have, to finish that off, I would, if it feels right, say it, do it. The universe here is bringing you this possibility of everything if you have this control over your emotions, that humbleness as well, as much as also being happy when you're supposed to be happy, well, when you feel you're happy, or being sort of angry when you are angry, but for real reason. So then, therefore, it's a controlled anger. It's not a vicious or personalized anger. And then you have, so it could bring a lot of sort of socializing, connecting with other people, rhythmical, sort of almost celebratory, sort of like securing of your community that is around you. That's what the universe is trying to bring in for you. Let's just see with the Ace of Swords, you get the Emperor, very much you. I think Capricorn did you really well, actually, or not necessarily Capricorn, but Pluto through Capricorn. It really did put you in a position where it made things very, very clear for you, very logical for you over these past 16 years. And it has been building it up. And it's put you in a position where, I've just realised this as well. Look at that. You've got that, and that going on. You've got the Empress, you've got the Ace of Swords, and the Emperor. So you could be in a position here where the universe is bringing you in a sensation of divine counterparts. And I think the divine counterpart is with yourself, of feeling at absolute one with yourself. The Emperor has control over the physical empire, which is your surroundings, basically, your environment. And the Empress has a control over the emotional empire. And you appear to have the two in combination here. And this is why I think you should follow your curiosity and follow your pathway. With the Moon, all of these bringing things up to the surface, it's almost like testing and stuff like that. Yeah, I did say earlier on, I said, some of them are going to be really nice and some of them are going to be difficult. And you can't have it all one way. Yes, I think what's going to bring to the surface is painful things that you realise about the human race. Not necessarily about individuals, although the individuals may be applied within this. But I think it's a realisation of how detrimental sometimes humans can be. Not only with the outside world, with the environment, with nature, with energy and stuff like that, but also with with ourselves. And I think this what brings this clarity of this contract with you and your higher self in the Four of Wands. Yeah, it makes you feel at home and at Four of Wands with the Four of Wands. You can't get better than this. This could well be marriage for you as well. The overall outcome. Yeah, it's Four of Wands with the Four of Wands. It's exactly what I said, basically. You coming into alignment with your higher self. It is a contract, a celebration, going from one paradigm to another. And that's what Aquarius is all about. So, yeah, I think it really does get you into alignment. Makes this stuff here, this hard stuff here, gives you enormous clarity, actually, on what to go into. In fact, that is really good for you. I know it sounds weird, but it is really good for you. It's going to give you such a laser focus sort of intention to where you should be and what you should be doing. Six of Swords as well on here. This is what I'm saying here. Yes, I believe you could be the captain of the ship that as you apply it in the material world becomes that leader, that almost sort of like that leading the like a flotilla of boats to calmer shores. And I think you're going to really enjoy that. Really enjoy that. And it will bring you a lot of success and what have you. With the Ten of Wands, you get the Chariot card. Yes, I said things are going to move quickly. So it's going from clay court to grass court. I've forgotten where I use that analogy, but it's that sort of sensation here that I'm getting here. The moment you realise with these Ten of Wands what fantastic things you've accumulated, but now you've come to a point where you can't go forward anymore with all of them, and you have to decide. Once you do that, things are going to go really quick, and it's going to bring in a lot of results for you, which we see on the Ace of Pentacles. Let's just see what Capricorn has brought to you through this. Do I dare to dream? Yes, you should do. Yes, you should do. As a Capricorn, that's what I would be saying through Pluto. I think it's giving you a real, as I said, a laser focus on what you want. And it's giving you that whole energy to go after that, which is beautiful. Really beautiful, Leo. And don't hold back. Really don't hold back. Okay? Eight of Cups, you get the Judgment. Overall energies, you've got the Eight of Cups, you've got the Seven of Wands there. So it's giving you that sort of pathway that you don't necessarily have to defend, but what you need to do is go and live it. And living it means you're defending it. And on this side here is like you're walking away from something and walking towards another through clear judgment, through ascension, through an understanding that ascends you to another level. So you're working on a lot of different levels within your job, within your business and your projects. Yes, you're doing a good job, but you're not just doing a good job. You're also using that sort of position or sort of that company to sort of be a light, be a beacon in a world which seems to be so sort of superficial in the way in which companies do things. And it's going to become a lot more profound. And I think this is where you have a role to play within that. So within your work and your business and your projects, it is being that light. It is being that person who is, taking, guiding the whole flotilla, a group of boats to, blimey, look at all those cards that came out. A group of boats to safer or safer shores. And it's through your curiosity as well. Knowing how things work, you can kind of go, well, if it works like that, maybe we can do this. And I think that's what the revelation is within you. It's going to reveal a very good quality thing about it. It's coming out. I'm going to take this card as well, though, because I want to. I can. Get on and go after this sort of here. Those beautiful, beautiful seeds. We will come back to the Five of Swords, do not worry. That we found here. These victories. And it's time to get on and do. Time to get on. That knight there is not really going anywhere. The knight there is actually planting seeds in a ploughed field. Okay? He's planting gradually seeds for his future fruit that will come back to him over time. So eventually you'll be in a position where you're constantly receiving rewards for what you do. And that is the seeds. And those seeds comes from this scenario here, which the universe is trying to help you to understand. Okay? Now we have the one that came out at the top, which is the Five of Swords. And in order to do this, and as I said earlier on, about the emotional side and how it also can affect your material side, is not getting involved in conflicts that doesn't really serve you. There's no point winning because it's just, that's having a control over your emotions. So, not getting angry because, the discussion's not going or doesn't even interest you. And it's like sort of kind of going, walk away from those sort of scenarios because there's nothing for you to actually win here. And I think the only thing that you can really win out of this whole sort of situation is getting on and doing that work. It's gonna bode incredibly well for you. And I think you're gonna feel completely at one with who you are. And, there is some people that may not understand it, but then, those who have ears and all of that, some people are just not willing to hear the true situation for what it is. Right, there you go. Leo, thank you very much for being with us. We will have your monthly February readings coming out this weekend here, so you're going to want to subscribe and click those bells. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the support. I hope you get the best out of it. And I will see you soon, either over on Cymatic TV, where I'm redoing the energy updates, or on here. In the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.